Hi friends, welcome to my channel, and I've just received the latest edition of the Total Tarot magazine, so I thought I'll open it with you as per usual. And if it's dark, I am really sorry, but the light is really faded today, so we'll do the best we can, carry on regardless. So let's see what we've got in this edition. So this is part 31, 31 and 30, so 30 and 31, and as you can see, it's Tarot of the White Cat. So we've got the major arcana in 30 and the minor in 31, and this is quite a thick package because there's something else in here. So let's take the annoying rustly packaging off first and have a little look. So we've got, okay, so I abandoned that. The light was just too bad, so this is the next day, and we still have shadows and things, I'm afraid, but it's a bit better than it was yesterday. So let's see what we can do today. Alrighty, yeah, I can see my shadow, unfortunately, but and the weather's turned really cold. Ooh, okay, so right, let's get into it. So I have there's two subscription packages to this Partworks. So if you upgrade your subscription, then you get extra along the way, and one of the extras is to do with the Starman Tarot. So at some point we'll get the Starman Tarot deck, and maybe I think the bag. I can't remember, to be fair, but yeah, so all that to say that this issue, this mailing, has come with part of that. So not everybody will get this, as I say, it's just if you are subscribed to the enhanced version, if you like. So what has come is what looks to me to be the journal. So let's have a little look at the journal before we begin, in case you are, or you are thinking of getting the higher subscription rate. I think it's only about £1 extra. I think it's £1 extra for this. Anyway, so we have the man himself on the front cover of the journal. This is Mr. Bowie. Grew up with his music. I did, through my school days. Loved the man, loved the music. Also, it was a no-brainer for me, really. And in complete openness, I already have the Starman Tarot deck. But a backup copy's, welcome. Anyway, there's the man. All that fire around his head. Fire here. What else have we got? We've got the man in the mirror. I don't know what it says up there. Must say something, which I can't make out. There's a lot of symbolism, obviously. A lot of symbolism. So I think this would be a very deep dive deck, if you like, a study deck. I mean, here we've got the Tree of Life. You can see there. And lots of sacred geometry. And here. It's very shiny. And the back seemed to be like the same image, but I don't know, what's the word for that? It's almost like in the background, but it's actually the same image as the one on the front. So yeah, so it's this journal belongs, do you know that? It just reminds me of school, doesn't it, when you get this? This belongs to. Never mind. So we've got another association with David Bowie there, with the lightning strike, and also the star. That references the black star. So that's a nice reference. Oh, it's stuck together. The pages are very thin. There's no way that would take a fountain pen. Absolutely no way. It's very thin. I suppose if you're a fountain pen user, you could just use one side of the page and then maybe use the other side of the page for sticking in ephemera or pictures, whatever. That might be a nice way to do it, and just reinforce that paper if that's your thing. There's quite a few pages in it. It's not numbered. The pages aren't numbered, so if you wanted to reference your pages, you'd have to do that yourself. And then the back is exactly the same as the inside front cover, and the inside back cover is exactly the same. It's got a bookmark there, pink bookmark. I'm just trying to see how many signatures are there. 1, 2, 3, 5 signatures there. And it's sewn in, so that's brilliant. I do like journals that are sewn rather than, you know, stapled or glued, especially glued, because they just come apart, don't they? So that's the journal that you get if you have the enhanced subscription. Nice. Okay, so I will use that when I do a deep dive on my Starman Tarot, which I do intend to do. At the moment I'm doing a deep dive on another deck, which is going to take me about a month of intense study. So that's where I'm at personally. Anyway, so we have the 2 magazines, number 30 and number 31, and they're featured images from the tarot deck that we get this month, which is Tarot of the White Cats. So we get Major Arcana in issue 31, and then we get the Minor Arcana in issue 31. So I'll open those in a bit and go through them. We also get the next 2 cards from the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, the large edition. So we're nearly, you know, got quite a way through this deck now. So we have the 8 of Cups and we have the 8 of Wands. And if you look at my last Deacon study video, you will see I've been talking all about the 8 of Wands. So that's good synchronicity. Yeah, look at the moon. I love that card, it's beautiful, but it's very much a trigger card. Anyway, if you're interested in that, as I say, I think it's the last video I put up actually, the Deacon Walk one. Okay, so we have the box, the top box for the White Cats Tarot deck here. That to one side, and what should we do first? Should we look at the map? I think I'm going to do a walkthrough. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a walkthrough of the tarot deck, and I'm going to do it side by side with the Rider-Waite-Smith. Now, the Rider-Waite-Smith is the same as the Radiant Wise that we study deck, but it's just the original one that they're all taken from. And I like to do that with tarot decks just to see if there's any differences and similarities between the original, merely because most tarot books and courses and things, they all reference the Rider-Waite-Smith. So I always think it's nice to go back to the original and compare and contrast. So that's what we shall do. Okay, right, let's open them first. Trying to find it's there somewhere. We can open it. There we are. There it is. These are brilliant the way these open. Look, just love that. So easy. It doesn't damage the cardstock. Excuse me if I do fumble a bit because it's cold. It is so cold at the moment. Alright, so we have the front. Let's just zoom in a bit here. We have the front telling us which deck it is. These are the backs of the cards, which I presume is the 2 of Cups. And then we have the one at the back that we get telling us again which deck we're looking at. So let's put those 2 to one side. Okay. So if you look at the size of the deck, have you actually asked if I would speak to the difference between the decks that we get in the subscription and the actual mass market decks that are available to buy? So I am sort of thinking of doing that, but for now, this is the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. This is the original cheap version that you can get anywhere. Quite a nice cardstock. This is the Lo Scarabeo, and it's a lot thinner in comparison. So if I was to, excuse this one, it's very grubby. It is my original. Had it a long time. Yeah. There's not much. Look, there's a little bit of difference, and I mean, bear in mind this has been used, so it will swell. You know, as you use a deck, it does actually swell. But yeah, there's a little bit of a difference, not too much. But as I say, it is a thinner cardstock. It would bend easily, and it's going to bow and warp, I would think. It's very glossy as well. The image is obviously a lot smaller. Okay, so we got, it's not as wide as a traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, although it is the same height. But I would say, because we've got this border on the inside here, I'd say the image looks smaller to me. Okay, so let's just go through the cards one by one. Let's separate them out, make it easier. So we'll do the majors first. Separate those out and see if there's any major differences in the imagery. Okay, let's have a look already. So, numbering. Here we have the number and the name of the card on the bottom of the deck, whereas on the Rider-Waite-Smith we have the number at the top and we have the name of the card at the bottom. In a traditional we always have the little white dog, but here, because it's a cat, we've actually reversed it. So we have a dog as the main character, as the fool, and he's being bitten on the leg by the looks of it by the cat. But still going off the side of the cliff, so yeah, no cave though, you can't see where he's come from. Sun's still there but lower in the sky. Same satchel, feather, so a lot of the same iconography, if you like. It's just the animals have changed. Okay. Yep, not much difference there, apart from the way that the arms are. Magician is well known for as above, so below, whereas this cat figure here has both, it looks like it's juggling the wand. Still got the elements on the table and the roses and the lilies underneath. The lemniscate's still there. High Priestess looks very similar. Yeah, not much difference there, is there? Although the colour, interesting that we've got red here, which is a very energetic colour, where here we have the green, which is a very healing type colour. So there's a difference there. Our Empress, got the kittens playing. Again, a change of colour in the robes. Still got the bolster, very similar, and the crown. Has this got the crown of the zodiac? Hard to see. No, so it hasn't got the zodiacal stars, the 12 stars for the zodiac there. Emperor, so we've got cat heads instead of rams there. Okay, Hierophant, different perspective with side on here instead of straight on. Yeah. Very quite colourful, aren't they? Very vibrant colours. And the sun, I like the sun on that one. Very similar. Yeah. All the details are there really that you find in a Rider-Waite Smith, just changed by having cat figures there instead of human figures. Okay, much the same. I always think this one is stuck in the mud actually, because it's the wheels are in the water there, if you look. But this one's on the road. Strength. Oh, okay, so we've gone 8 as justice and 11 as strength. So I'll just... That's interesting that they've gone to a Marseille system for that. That's brilliant. See, I really like that. That's a totally different take. That is, yes, that's a big yes from me. I like that. Okay, put it back in order. We'll carry on here. Hierophant, yes, much the same. Although we have snow on the original Hermit. Excuse the seagulls, yes again. On this one we're on more of a spring type feeling, but a night time. Our wheel, we've actually got somebody turning the wheel here. Fortuna. And we have mice instead of the esoteric symbols. Okay, so now we've got to find justice. Okay. We have our justice card. Yeah, it's very similar. Okay, so now we're back. We have our hanged man. Death is looking away on this card. And all the riches here, making absolutely no difference. A very stormy sea, and we have lightning, so that's quite a scary card. But no other figures that I can see in that one. Normally we have, you know, the king, the child. We, you know, death visits all of us without impunity. I like that one. Temperance. The goddess Iris. Very similar. The devil. Again, the arms in different positions, and we have the devil who has the same arm positions as the hermit, as the magician, sorry. As above, so below. So the torch is down in the same place, however the arm positions are not there in Tarot of the White Cats, so that's interesting. Tower, yes, very similar. Star, yes. Still got the ibis and the tree of knowledge, still there. So quite close. Moon. We never have a figure on the moon here, just the dog and the wolf, but here we've got the figure. We've still got the crayfish and the towers. The sun, oh, on a rocking horse. Even the cat's face in the sun. Judgment. Oh, okay, so that's different as well. Here we've got the call is coming from below and bringing angels down. That's totally different perspective on that card. Even got a bell to ring. Is it? Or is it a tassel? Oh, it's a tassel. Yeah, it's a tassel. But that is a lot different to the judgment we would normally associate with the angel calling everyone and waking them up to realization. And our world card, yes, very similar, but just different breeds of cat in the corners instead of the 4 figures we normally see. Okay, so that's the major arcana. So the next suit in the order it's come in is the cups, but I want to have a look at... Oh, and then we've got... Okay, so we've got cups, pentacles, wands and swords. So I always put them in the order of the Golden Dawn, which is wands, cups, swords and pentacles. Okay, so let's start with wands. Like that. We've got the cat scratching the post for the ace. Okay, side by side. Very similar. Still got the rose and lilies. Yeah, very, very similar. Yep. Although the sea here is an actual sea and not a desert type landscape. Even though there's boats on there, that's a very, or ships, it's a very strange landscape, isn't it, with that orange? I've always thought so anyway. Okay, that's very similar. Six, 7. So with this one we can actually see who we're defending our space from. The boots are the same, so in this one we have a shoe and a boot, so it was obviously very... had to get there quick, didn't have time to actually put both boots on. Still got a slipper on maybe. Here we've actually, so in the cards that don't have figures in normally, it seems we do in our tarot of white cats, which can give a different meaning really, isn't it? Because the direction there isn't indicated in the Rider-Waite-Smith by a figure, where the figure is in relation to the swiftness of the wands. So that's different. Similar. Yeah. Okay, not much difference there. We have our page. Still got the pyramids. Still got the pyramids in the night. Horse is going in the same direction. So what do we have instead of the little black cat Snuffles? Yes, that cat is called Snuffles. Okay, let's have a look. We have got a mouse. Still have our sunflowers. We've got cats here instead of lions. And our king. Still have the lizard. Okay, so that's the wands. So look at the cups. It's quite funny. There's a very playful vibe to this tarot. Okay, so there's our ace. It's like the ace is already established, isn't it? No figure walking away in this one. You have the figure walking away there, but not nowhere there. Still wishing for the same things, or trying to make a choice of which one to go for. It's still exactly the same, apart from this is a cat, whereas this is the figure of a head. different perspective there on the cups, isn't it? We're sort of looking at it, looking down. And this time we've got a couple looking towards us instead of away to what they've gained. And the cups here in the water as opposed to the rainbow. And the court cards, the page. That's a beautiful background with that fish there. So the fish has actually jumped out of the cup. It's not in the cup anymore. Little kittens on the top there. Got the fish in the front instead of at the back. Okay, so that was the cups. Now let's have a look at the swords. Whoa! Oh, I had a moment there. No, it's been knighted. Do you know, for 1 second there I thought the head was coming off. But no. So that's a completely different energy, isn't it? It's, yeah, that's different. Oh, poor me. It's all in your head. Really see the rain falling there. Is that poppies? I'm not quite sure what that flower is. I don't know. We've got a different perspective on the Four of Swords. We're looking at it this way. And this is who they're fighting for. They're having a rest for now. I like the way the little tail is sticking out. You may have noticed as well, we have Roman numerals in the original, whereas we have just the number here. Again, we've got a different perspective. The swords are, instead of going across, I often think this is like a ladder, so you can actually get out of whatever nightmare you're in. Here, the swords are actually pointing down. It gives a heavier feel, really, doesn't it? Oh, see ya, I'm out of here. I'm gone. That's a different take. So this is almost like the after tarot, isn't it? You know, after you've gone from this situation, this is where you've gone to. So that's, yeah, different. So, court cards. Queen. King. So the kings look really quite angry, don't they, in this deck? Noticed. Very richly cloaked. Okay, finally, let's look at the pentacles. There we go. Sort of playing with it. So instead of the pentacle or pentagram, here we have a cat on the coins. Different motif. Same there. difficult cards. That's interesting. See, normally our knight is still very grounded, and here the horse is moving, which is very unusual for a Knight of Pentacles. Still got the bunny rabbit, Queen. We have a big snail there. I've always found this one really difficult to look at because it's so busy. It's like, what on earth is all that down there? I know, but that's nicer, much nice, cleaner sort of image, really. Okay, so that's the deck. Hope you didn't mind my indulgence there of comparing it. When I saw that this was the next deck, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't keen, because this isn't my sort of art style. Oh, it's back to front. What have I done there? Yeah, it's not really my preferred art. Seeing animals portrayed as humans, you know, just it's not me. I don't know. See, if I was to have a cat deck, then I mean, I have got cat decks. I'm not a cat person. I like dogs, and I did start a series about cats and dogs in tarot, which I might continue. But anyway, I'm going off topic a little bit here. But this sort of thing isn't my preferred style of tarot. It really isn't. But I am pleasantly surprised, actually. I mean, a lot of the imagery, no, it's just the Rider-Waite-Smith for the cat instead of the figure that we normally see. And to me, what's the point in that? I don't see the point in that. But there are a few cards here where it works. Notably the Strength. I really like that Strength card. That one. So that has a different take on it. But a lot of them, they're just the Rider-Waite-Smith with cats. So I seriously do not see the point of that. Why not just have a Rider-Waite-Smith unless you really just want cats? I don't know. Anyway, that's my viewpoint on these sort of decks. So we'll get off that subject because I've laboured it, and we'll have a little look at the magazine, shall we? I do love these. Love these. Right. Magazines. Okay. So wouldn't you know it, the light's going again. Oh, I'm just gonna have to go through them in the light that we've got and not take too long. I think that's the answer. Okay, so issue part 30. So we have the major arcana cards. So what have we got in the magazine? The contents page, a gift bundle offer there. Then these have actually come. This is, yeah. I don't know how I feel about this actually, because these are the extras that you get for the higher subscription price. Now, I haven't worked out the difference in price by doing it that way. If anybody else has, let me know. Okay, so reading the significator cards 1. So this is choosing a card as a significator. So it could be like the person that the reading is about, or the situation that the reading is about, where you choose a card to signify what that reading entails, if that makes sense. So here we've got the Universal Celtic Tarot image, which we've already got. We had that in parts 18 and 19. Invisible influence. So the significator influences the outcome. Okay. Understanding goals. The Empress here, otherwise known as Mother Earth. And we've got the Thelema Tarot images here. What's this? Universal Celtic Tarot here. And the article continues. Extra option, self-reflection, goals and desires. So questions you could ask for a significator card. I think that's what that's about. Here we've got personality types. So if you wanted to choose a significator about somebody who was balanced, then we'd take the Temperance card according to this chart. If it's about somebody who's dramatic, then we take the Tower card to signify that energy. Makes sense? So the card in detail is the Eight of Cups. It's just, you know, synchronicity, isn't it? Yes. Okay. So I wonder how this compares, this write-up here, this compares to how I read the Eight of Cups in my Decanic Journey video. Be interesting to read that in a bit. So release, waiver, life is about the journey. Keywords here. And then of course we've got the elements of the cards, the symbols there. So for instance, the moon or an eclipse is a rare solar eclipse, hangs in the quiet sky above, marking a special moment in time. We don't get eclipses very often, do we? Then we have its meaning in different themes. So in the personal life, love, work or money, in divination, an answer, a tip and a timing. The psyche and soul, so self-esteem, meditation and spirituality. You get that in every issue. These you get in every issue. So you get questions you can ask of the card that correlate to the card's meaning. So for the Eight of Cups, for instance, we have a question. What will you turn your back on in pursuit of something better? One of the questions there. We've got correlations here. This is really the tree of life, and we have the number, the Sephiroth, the element, planet, the sign, and the esoteric name. Lord of abandoned success. These are Golden Dawn meanings. Then we have examples from other decks, and we're going to get the Tarot of the Angels in parts 34 and 35, which is this deck here. If you can actually, I might have to keep putting this up and down. Really, it's light is getting really bad. So we have an example from the Worth Tarot and the Klimt that they keep putting up on this section here and teasing me with, because they know it's a deck I really want. And I'm still tempted to just buy the gold version. You know, there's a version of the Klimt Tarot that's got the foil on, like the Golden Art Nouveau has. I'm very tempted to invest in that one, but not just yet. We have traditional meanings upright and reversed, and then this strip here is featuring different decks. So some we've already got, some that are coming. Actually, we've already got those three. And then underneath, we have what they mean within those decks. So, for instance, in the deck that we've got at the moment, which is Tarot of the White Cats, it represents unknown roads taken. What does it say? Tarot Illuminati, we've already had that deck, and it means searching for spiritual truth. In the John Bauer Tarot, which we had in issues 14 and 15, it represents turning away from the mainstream. So as you can see, in different decks, it has slightly varied meanings. And it did go into that in one of the other issues, how using different decks can, you know, slightly alter the meaning. Or if you read intuitively, it can. So they featured here the Shaman Tarot, Tarot of the White Cats, Nefertiti Tarot, Lo Scarabeo, Fae. We've had the Fae. The Fae. I'm sure we've had the Fae. I might be wrong. John Bauer, Tarot Illuminati, and the Pagan Tarot. We've got quite a few of those. We have a spread. So we always get a spread to have a little play with, and in this issue we get a layout of the spread and the positions, and in the following issue we'll get an example of that spread with cards drawn and how that works, you know. So this is a 6-card spread. Oh, this light is terrible. So sorry. Okay. The card used, well, we're just using the major arcana for this spread. The objective, to put anxious querents at ease during a reading. And the spread, 6 cards arranged to look like a cute cat's face. Okay. Got a lot of amethyst here. The positions refer to the various characteristics of a cat's personality. It's an unscary spread. Okay, so this must be for people who are a bit wary of tarot, you know, all the old associations about it, which hopefully are updated and outdated by now. Okay, so the positions are curiosity. Oh, they're all cat type things, aren't they? Look, curiosity, distraction, satisfaction, superstition. Cats, yes, superstition again, which we have with tarot, don't we? Easing and uniqueness. Then we have a synthesis of that spread, the tone of the reading, and we have a cat. Like that. Oh. Let's see what it says if I can read it. It's so dark. Both the feline attitude spread and the Tarot of White Cat's deck are excellent tools because they encourage the reader to reflect on one of the most important aspects of card reading. This is the need to adjust not only to the questions and concerns posed, but also to the querent state of mind and personality, which can often be anxious. So I see. It's just a cute way of doing the tarot then. Tarot deck library, so what the background to the Tarot of the White Cats, I presume. So it's a good deck for beginners. And then we have a breakdown of the major arcana meanings. So let's look at that 8 of Cups. Oh, yeah, this is the majors. What should we have a look at for? Let me think. So Cups is water. So we go for a water card. Hanged Man is a water card. Let's find the hanged one. Hanged Man. Always look at things from different points of view. Even displeasure and punishment help one grow. A bit of a scary write-up. Anyway, marked differences. So the difference between, that's what I was doing, wasn't it? Oh, here they're comparing it to the Radiant Wise. Okay. They had the same idea as me then. Yeah, okay. So marked differences between those decks. So that's useful for you if you've got the, if you've been collecting these from the beginning, then you can do what I did with the Rider-Waite with the Radiant Wise. Then we have minor arcana breakdown of meaning. So let's find that 8 of Cups. Sometimes old certainties have to be abandoned and unknown roads must be taken. And we've got a pictorial representation of all the major cards. Nice visual reference. And then where to go to practice within the magazine. So an index really. And then preview of the next magazine. Okay, and talking of which, the next magazine. Okay, I love the big glossy images that you get on the front here. Oh, what's this? Another synchronicity. So this looks very like vampires, and right at this moment in time, as I'm filming this, I'm just starting a deep dive with Tarot of Vampires by Ian Daniels. Yeah, it's going to last about three to 4 weeks, so how cool is that? I love it when we get synchronicities. So we're going back to significator cards. This is the second part of that article. So this is from the Vampire's Tarot of the Eternal Night. Point of attention. So it shines a spotlight on how to start and how to end a reading. Then we have some more vampires. More vampires. Wow, it just says coming up in the collection, so I wonder when I get that. Righty, so eerie influences, the King and Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. That's the Nine of Swords, so that's a very different image for the Nine of Swords. Okay, goals and desires. Okay, so if we were going to focus on a certain aspect, we could find a significator card to go with that. So, for instance, if we was looking at pregnancy, they recommend the Sun, which I presume is because of the baby on the horse. Here we go. If we're looking to release something, then it would be that Eight of Cups. What is the card in detail? It would be the Nine of Cups, I think. Let's have a little look. Skip ahead. One page. Yeah, Nine of Cups. Alrighty. Okay, so playful focus. The Fae Tarot World card represents success as a goal, but achieved in a fun way. Like that on the snail. No, we haven't had the Fae Tarot, so it's coming up in the collection. What am I thinking of? Oh, the Fairy Tarot. Yeah, we had the Fairy one, didn't we? There's a problem when you like me and collect decks. I think, where did I get that all from? I don't think I've got this one in. Actually, looking at it, I really don't think I have got this Fae Tarot at all. A lot of the decks I've already got. I am a collector. Just like this guy here. And I see him. I don't know if I should talk about this because this is the next card in my Deacon Journey, and I actually have been sort of thinking a lot about this card and wondering what's underneath the curtain. And for me, this is a personal thing. These are, you know, the tarot decks that I collect and the knowledge therein. So I could look at this as under here is all the knowledge, all the background knowledge, all the foundational knowledge that I've gained studying cards. And these are the prizes for that study. This is the reward. Or well, I could look at it another way in the fact that, yes, I've got all these tarot decks out at the moment, but stored, I've got so many more stored underneath that you can't see. A lot of people call this the innkeeper. They call him the innkeeper. So anyway, card in detail. Satisfaction, contentment. Enjoy what you have. We've got the symbols here. 5 of them. What did they say about the curtain? There we go. A cloth conceals the hidden emotions that the man does not want us to see. So yes, this can be a card about emotions. Everything's happy, everything's fine. Yeah, don't look too closely. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself as usual. A strong resistance to negative influence all shine through. Looking on the bright side, hey? Okay, so tarot's thematic meanings. So in the personal life, love, work, money, divination, answer, tip and timing. So in the last one, we didn't have timing. We had... Oh, look. That's just piqued my interest there. We had... Oh, we did. Timing. Okay. So for the 8, timing is now. And for the 9, you already have it. Your dream has already come true. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Psyche and soul. Self-esteem, meditation and spirituality. What the card shows us, your wish is granted. Then we have questions to ask. So for instance, what was the last wish you made that came true? And we have the Golden Dawn meanings here. So the number 9, the Sephiroth, the element, the planet, the sign and the esoteric name. Lord of Material Happiness, this one. Then we have our different decks. We've got Klimt again. What does Klimt say? Accepting oneself is essential to well-being, but don't be complacent. That image. Imagine that in gold. Whoa. Tarot of the Angels is coming in part 34 and 35. This is the Worth Tarot. They seem to show pretty much the same decks at the top there. Traditional meanings. So we've got upright and reversed. Traditional. And then we've got the examples from other decks. So Universal Celtic. Nefertiti, Pagan, Pre-Raphaelite, Before Tarot, Shaman Tarot, Fey Tarot, Tarot Draconis, which, wow, that's coming next. A Dragon Tarot, yay! I like me the Dragon deck. Okay, so we have, what does it say in that one? In the depths of the soul. Wow, that's different. That is different. And in the Before Tarot, which you may remember we got in pots 28 and 29, the innkeeper's actually filling his cups up. Look. Invitations, hospitality and gatherings. Is that focusing? Yeah, there we go. So I thought that was a very interesting deck, that Before Tarot. So there we go. We've got an example of that reading from the last issue, in with the cards out and how that's working. The meanings of the drawn cards continue to synthesis, flexibility. So alternatives. And then we have something about the world of cats. And we've got a very Egyptian feel here. Isn't that gorgeous? That is beautiful. That's, hello, Guy. That's Bastet. Oh, dog's having a drink. Here we go. In Egyptian mythology, the celestial cat, a manifestation of the goddess Bastet, destroys the serpent Apophis that threatens to demolish the sunboat. So not a cute cat, huh? So yeah, that's the background to cats and cat mythology there. One card, many meanings. Okay, so that's going back to what I was saying before, isn't it? This is synchronicity. Well, each card is a prism, a distinct universe. I'm sorry, you can hear Kai's slurping in the background. I'm going to drink of water there. Challenge yourself. A good way to hone your intuition is to read the tarot with a variety of decks. So that's really what it does, isn't it? In the... Where am I? Here. You know, when they give these examples here from different decks. So if you just take different decks and read the same card, we're going to get more nuances and more layers of meaning. And we can spark intuition doing that as well. So that's cool. We've got those three different areas as well that they give: the personal life, divination, soul and psyche. We've got astrology, alchemy and Kabbalah, so different ways of actually reading. Okay, world of tarot, tarot and animals. So I was continuing the theme of animals from the cats now. We've got a bigger cat, and there's that strength card from the Tarot of the White Cat. I really like that. I love that image. It's so fun. Symbolic beasts. We've got a cat one there. What's this? The pagan cat. The John Bower Tarot is filled with animal imagery, such as the horse in the Knight of Swords, but unlike the Tarot of the Pagan Cats, is not strictly speaking an animal deck. The latter's strength card shows the power of the pagan cat. So it's got the dog under its paw there. If you can see that, I know this light is dreadful and I do apologise. Oh, come on, spring. I've had enough of this winter now. I've had enough of being cold. But still. Okay, so a visual reference of the minors. And then the index, practice makes perfect, so where to go to find the different sections in the magazine. And then we have the preview of the next mailing. So we have Tarot Draconis, which, oh, I'm really looking forward to that one. That looks really good. We've got the storage box for it. Yeah, it's a deck I actually haven't got and I've never seen. Never seen a walkthrough of it. But I think I'm going to like it. So, the card in detail will be the Ten of Cups and then the Page of Cups in the following one. And we'll have the Eight of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords for the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. And the top box Did I say the top box? Yeah, I think I did. I think I did. Okay, learn about reading numbers. That's cool. Yeah, that's really good. Numerology within the tarot. Adds another level, another layer. Brilliant. So that's all coming up in the next 2 issues. So yeah, that's Total Tarot magazine, the Tarot of the White Cats, issues 30 and 31. The 2 cards, the Eights of the Cups and the 1 suit from the Tarot Art Nouveau, and special edition journal for the Starman Tarot. Yay! So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a bit longer than I normally do, to be fair. But yeah, I just thought it'd be interesting to do it that way. Anyway, once again, I apologise for the lack of light. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video regardless. I enjoyed making it. And until the next video, thank you for watching.